Excellency the Great, you are welcome. President Mahama.
Please clap your hands for my father once again. You will see them. And all the way from Zimbabwe, Bishop flew in yesterday, has to fly back tonight just for hours. Bishop Tudo Bismarck. Let's have Bishop Bismarck. Thank you so much. And Apostle Charles Osa. How many of you want Apostle Charles to come back to Ghana? Thank you so much. We do honor you. And every one of us, thank you so much for being a mother to us. We do love you so much. And I would want to make a presentation before we invite a special guest. Over the years, when God gave me vision 10 years ago, I did not know how I was going to go by it. Now living in Ghana. But God gave me a friend by the name Jackie Appiah, who became our first IS ambassador. We have 16 ambassadors now, and I've shared it here over and over. In 2017, when I didn't know what I was going to do, the people that promised me they failed, I reached out to Jackie that this is what we are going through, and she donated 50,000 seats at that time. I told you about your hands. Let's clap our hands for Professor Nana. Clap your hands. Thank you, man. Thank you, man. So we would like to say anything to Jackie. Jackie, please come. Can I get there? I would want to call my spiritual mother, Mom Mary, to do this presentation for us. She was the first IS ambassador. When nobody believed in the vision, she stood by us And she said that, I know where this is going. So on behalf of the whole youth of Ghana, we would like to say thank you so much. I thought you would clap your hands. Come on. Keep clapping. Come on. Keep clapping. Thank you. We appreciate it. Thank you so much. Amen. I want to appreciate each and every one, all the speakers that have been through over the past 10 years. Last year, we were so honored to have the one and only Joyce Power. Please let's appreciate and acknowledge. Thank you so much. I keep getting phone calls what we did last year, and we also have Honorable Sam George. Thank you so much for that. Thank you. And yesterday, Miss Obobia Dako. Wow. Please just clap our hands. Thank you so much for that wonderful. And today there was a young person, a young lady, 14 years of age, that when I heard how eloquent she was, we decided to donate her to you. But Ignite, I don't know if that little girl say, why she? Come on, come here. 14 years of age, the same way you met your parent, we want to donate her to you. Please come. How are you?
I'm fine.
Now, this is your new mother. From today, you're part of the Ignite Mentorship Initiative. The same way you met your parent, this is your new daughter. Clap your hands, everyone. All my invited guests that have come from far away, those that came from Amsterdam, those that came from the United States, those that came from the Netherlands, and those that came from Medina and Kasua, go to your power. Honorable Susu, thank you so much. I know you are the landlord of this area. Please just come and welcome us once again. Let's welcome the landlord of this area. We will welcome you.
Hallelujah. I will, I can, I must. Let me say that these inspiring words from Myers has been the theme of all my educational outreaches I do in Medina. In fact, when we do our school tours, these are words that we bring in the mind of every individual, because I myself have seen the power of mentorship and how God is able to transform people from one direction to another. I've seen how I grew up on the streets of Accra, begging, sometimes begging for alms before going to school when I was at St. John's Grammar School. And even when I was the senior boys prefect of St. John's Grammar School, I was still sleeping in a kiosk at Kotobabi, opposite the Kotobabi police station. And every morning I would walk from Kotobabi police station to Kaprat, sometimes Alado Junction, to get a car to St. John's Grammar School. But if God can move me from a child living on the street without any hope to becoming a lawyer and then becoming a member of parliament, it means that God can do anything possible. So I say that, what's the what is it and now I say, on behalf of the people of Medina, on behalf of the chiefs, the elders of Medina, all the imams, the pastors, the entire NDC fraternity, all Medina constituency who are well represented here today. Medina, are you here? Yeah, Medina is here today. We want to welcome His Excellency, the next president and the next vice president of the Republic of Ghana to Medina constituency. We want to welcome Papa. Let's welcome our hands to you.
One day I learned something from, I don't know what you said, young lady. I was at the airport and Sam Joel was talking to a lady. And so Joel brought the lady to me. After she said good morning, The next thing that came out of her mouth that I got shocked, I learned evangelism strategy was vote for GM. I said, you don't know me. You've not even asked me my name. Dr. Mavis in the house. Let's laugh at her. Get up. I was shocked, like I've never seen it before. She doesn't know my name. She just said, good morning, vote for GM. Thank you so much. I learned that Christians, you can win souls at any time. My senior brother, Prophet Daniel, is in the house. Let's appreciate Prophet Daniel. Thank you so much. My good friend, Honorable John Dumelo. Appreciate John Dumelo. Thank you so much. Honorable to yourself, thank you so much. Please appreciate the Professor Nana. Thank you so much. In 2020, I invited one of my friends from Kenya to speak at IS. That time was in Kumasi. That was the first time I had the privilege when Lucy Natasha visited His Excellency at his residence. So we had a video call, very short video call. Last 2 years, through my sister, Appiah, I had the privilege of introducing my friend, Dr. Stanley, to His Excellency. And when we were leaving, I think there are pictures. The minister and I said, this is what we have been doing over the years. We empower young people, and we will be honored to have you at our 10th anniversary. I was so shocked when he said that anything concerning the next generation, even if I have to cancel my appointment, I'm going to be there. That's the picture. I thought it was just, sorry to say, a political statement, but he has proven to be a man of his words. And we are excited. Dr. Stanley called me and told me how very nice that we did last week. And I want to say thank you so much on behalf of the whole world ambassadors that we do appreciate you. Please, with an iron shout, with a standing ovation. No. With an iron shout, with a standing ovation, help me welcome His Excellency John Dramani.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Anytime I come on campus and I encounter a Jama group, it reminds me of my days in Commonwealth Hall. The Ghana City. I won't go into details what happened there. But let me thank you very much, and let me thank Pastor Brian for this kind invitation. He has always come across as a brilliant, sharp, young man who has been a role model and a motivation to many young people. And as he said, the first time we encountered each other was when he invited the Kenyan evangelist. And before she left, I think she was leaving that same day, and she had asked to pay a courtesy call on me. And so we met and had a very fruitful spiritual time. And then again, of course, we met, and he introduced me to his friend Stanley, who is also a young, up-and-coming Nigerian businessman. And he's built a beautiful hotel called Delboro. And I was going to Nigeria to attend the awards ceremony of Akin Adesina, the African Government Bank President. He was being awarded the Obafemi Award, the highest award, and he invited me to be present. And I got to the airport, and Stanley had lined up a fleet of bulletproof cars, gave me red carpet presidential treatment, even though I'm a former president in opposition. And he took us to his hotel, and for any of you who will see if you can afford it, ask of Delboro Hotel. And it's a beautiful experience. And you know what? It was all free of charge. It didn't take one single naira. Accommodation, you could be in a presidential suite. You must all aspire to stay in that suite one day. But it's a heavenly experience. So we're happy to be here. Let me first apologize for our late arrival. I was supposed to be here by 12, and I didn't come about an hour later. We were having a meeting with the fintech companies, and it got quite a bit lively and exciting. By the time I was leaving, there were still maybe about 30 hands up wanting to make suggestions and comments and ask me questions. But I said that I had an equally important event, and they were waiting for me, and so on. So let me begin by thanking my friend and brother, President Pastor Brian Amwating, and the leadership of the International Youth Empowerment Summit, IS, for the Ghana today is at a crossroads, and we face a bankrupt economy due to poor leadership, and it's plunging the nation into poverty and chaos. While it is bad enough that the current national unemployment rate stands at a staggering 14.7%, and this is the recent statistic that was released by the Ghana Statistical Service, with youth unemployment significantly standing at over 30%. That means over 800,000 Ghanaians have also been pushed below the poverty line. And so this remains a time bomb waiting to explode and blow this nation up if we do not take the steps to fix it right away. The interesting thing about the statistic is also that the highest rate of unemployment is beginning to occur amongst people with a tertiary education. And so you are being punished for the higher you go. And so if you end up in university or a tertiary education school, your chances of getting a job are less than somebody who has a secondary school education and below. And that is a very alarming statistic. There is immense potential in our youth and boundless opportunities for them. I therefore wish to express my happiness that they are developing and positioning themselves through innovative programs like the IS. Coming from a social democratic tradition, I wish to stress the importance of inclusiveness and bridging the inequality gap across all demographics. I'm an advocate for investment in people as well as the provision of essential structures and services to harness the potentials of our young people for national development. While it is the duty of the youth to dream, it is also the duty of responsible governments to provide that fertile and enabling environment that will enable the youth to break barriers and accomplish those dreams. It is in this light that the next NDC government has lined up a number of policies and programs that are tailored to the total development and harnessing of the potential of our young people so that they too can be leaders, as the primary objective of leadership is to make more leaders and not more followers. I also wish to emphasize that their leadership mindset will be vital in restoring our country back to the path of shared growth. We are committed to an all-round education system from basic to tertiary. And we also are committed to skills and technical training as a pivot for economic transformation, free TVET, free national apprenticeship programs, etc. And I'm happy to have Professor Nana Jimoboka as my running mate. And to say that as an educationist herself, who was the first female vice chancellor of a public university, she's been a teacher all her life. And I also had the privilege of having her serve as my minister for education. She understands the sector very well. And I believe that when we win, I didn't say if, when we win, and we're sworn in. And we're sworn in on 7th January. She will have oversight over the education sector, youth empowerment, women empowerment, health sector. She will have direct oversight over those sectors. And so the youth, you are in good hands. And I believe that we'll be able to turn the fortunes of our education sector back, bring quality at the center of the learning outcomes that our children have. It's not enough to just increase the quantity of children like on a conveyor belt going through the education. They must come out of education with a positive learning experience that skills them up for the world of work. And I'm sure that she will see to that when she comes. Technical and vocational education training will be completely free. And then we'll also introduce the free national apprenticeship program. There are many of the children who fall through the cracks, even at the basic level. They are not able to continue into secondary for some reasons that are unavoidable. And then after secondary education, many are not able to continue into tertiary education, so they come out of school. It's not that they do not have a talent, and I've said several times that if you take two children, maybe even belonging to the same parents, and you put them in the same class, you find that one is very quick to learn and to catch everything the teacher said. Another one is slow, and often we will say in our local language, wabong, that's what we will say. It becomes a stigma against that child. But you take those same two children and put them in an environment where they have to learn a skill with their hands, and you find that the one who said wabong will catch it faster than the one who is thought to be more intelligent. And so every child has his talent, and we must let every child be able to realize their full potential. And so the free national apprenticeship program will be administered through the district assemblies. And what government will do, our government will do, is that we'll register all the master crafts people in a district. They must have a conducive environment for teaching apprentices. It doesn't mean if you're under some tree or you have your shop by some dirty gutter or something, we will just recruit you. You must have a decent place where the children can learn a trade. And so when we've registered them under the National Apprenticeship Program, the money will be released through the district assemblies and will be given to the master craftsmen so that they can train the children, so that we take the burden off the parents. And this will give all children an opportunity either to pursue an education till their potentials can sustain it, or to learn a skill and a trade when they come out of school. One of our pivotal policies is going to be the 24-hour economy policy. And we believe that as a key policy, it is going to change the structure of our economy. It is a policy that will promote inclusivity, around-the-clock business, operations, and accessibility by providing uninterrupted access to critical services such as healthcare, education, transport, and entertainment. Places like the ports are going to be made to work 24/7 and to also open on weekends. People must come to work so that on Saturday and Sunday you can clear your goods from the port. This will involve recruitment of more security personnel and equipping our security services with the right equipment to make sure that there's a safe environment for the 24-hour economy to be able to take place. It will ensure enhanced safety and increase security presence, and will also promote active, vibrant day and night activities. We'll also invest in the transport sector so that we make the transport sector more efficient. We tried to introduce the Ayagolo bus service, which was a bus rapid transit system. Unfortunately, we left office when the buses had come, and before we could launch it, a new government came, and they discarded it. They left most of those buses back. We're going to take all those buses, we're going to rehabilitate them, we're going to put them on the road so that people can commute. We believe that we must invest in infrastructure that is transformative. And so we believe we must put money in key infrastructure that will help to turn our economy around. And that's why we have a program called the Big Push. And the Big Push is going to be funded through many sources. But one of the principal sources for the Big Push is going to be the annual budget funding amount, which is the share of our oil revenues that go into the budget. It will be strictly dedicated to transformative infrastructure that includes railways. It will include dualizing the road to major cities like from Accra to Kumasi. We'll have a 6-lane dual carriage lane. Accra to Cape Coast, Accra to Aflawo, and other places will have dual carriage roads. And this will help to reduce the rate of accidents, because one of the major causes of accidents on our road is wrongful overtaking. And because we have a single carriageway, when somebody tries to overtake wrongly, there's a head-on collision and people die or are injured. We're also going to invest part of the money in development of the ICT sector. And when I was with the fintechs, I told them we're going to establish a fintech growth fund, and we're going to put $50 million for all fintech startups. So you young people who come out of school, all you young people who come out of school and want to go into the fintech sector and set up ICT-driven startups, you will get a little push to be able to do so. Agriculture is going to be one of the major pillars of our new administration. And I've said that we're going to name the Ministry of Food and Agriculture the Ministry of Food and Agribusiness. It is not just about growing food, but it's about approaching agriculture as a business. And so all of you who are interested in that segment must start preparing your minds for it. And that is a segment that completes the value chain of agriculture. In the past, all our programs from Planting for Food and Jobs, MetaSafe, and all the other programs that have been conceived to give assistance to farmers to produce more. But it does not consider what happens to the farmer after he has produced. There are no off-takers because the agribusiness sector has not been promoted enough. And so we're going to give support to young people to go into agribusiness. You can buy soya bean and have a processing plant where you produce soya oil. The cake that is left from the soya bean, you can do it into poultry feed and get it to the market. There's so many things that you can do. And we will go after this very deliberately. The next NDC government will launch a program akin to the Operation Feed Yourself and Operation Feed Your Industries program of the early 70s. Many of you were not, your parents had not even decided to meet to even conceive you, so you probably would not know about Operation Feed Yourself and Industries. But this was during the Achampon regime, and it was a deliberate policy to get Ghanaians interested in agriculture and make Ghana more self-reliant. If you're self-reliant, nobody can dictate to you. Today, the reason we're being threatened about the LGBTQ is because we depend on others for funding different kinds of programs and things, and that is why our president is reluctant to sign St. George's So we seek to turn our economy around and make it a more resilient, self-reliant economy so that we can be proud and dignified people instead of going cap in hand and begging for money. The good book in Matthew 5:16 says, "Let your light shine before others, that they may see your good deeds and glorify your Father in heaven." As the leader of the NDC, I wish to state that our party stands ready to support the enablement of that latent light in the youth in order to make it shine brightly. The youth of this country should therefore join us to deliver responsive and responsible governance that will lead to shared prosperity for all. I have always said that you cannot be successful and you cannot fix challenges if you cannot take responsibility. If things are going wrong, you were elected for a time such as this, and you must take responsibility and bring all the intellectual minds in the country to try and fix a problem. And that's the same challenge I was faced with when we had Doomsday. It's like karma repeats itself. There was a disruption of the West African gas pipeline. A ship's anchor broke the West African gas pipeline. That was bringing us gas from Nigeria to Ghana. And we're using that gas to run Suma Masoki and our thermal assets in the east. And so all of a sudden we lost all those assets because Suma Masoki was made to run only on gas. It couldn't run on any other fuel. And so immediately almost 300 megawatts was off. So we didn't have enough generation. Apart from that, the financial legacy debts were a problem. And so we took responsibility. We said, okay, Doomsday is a reality. We'll take responsibility, even though the challenge had come over a period. There had not been enough generation, investment in generation, and also a debt had been accumulated because the independent power producers were not being paid on time. But it all crystallized when the West African gas pipeline got broken. Today, some submarine cable to, I don't know whether some whales or marine spirits went under. But they've got to break the undersea optical fiber cables. And so you notice that they're having problems with your internet. At the time the West African gas pipeline was broken, I said that it was an act of God and it was not the cause, it wasn't caused by any particular person. And they said, no, you are president, you are responsible. You are responsible for the lives of. Today, Mr. Digital, I don't know if we will say, he's responsible. He's responsible for our inability to access the internet. But I'm an honest and truthful person. It's an act of God. And we hope that it's fixed as quickly as possible. And so let me congratulate IS once again, and which Pastor Brian, and the leadership, the mentors, and the mentees, every success in all your endeavors. And please know that you have our support, and that, in government, we will continue to collaborate with IS so that we're able to mentor young children and give them and make them able to realize their potential in life. Thank you very much. May God richly bless all of us. And let me welcome our distinguished guests, especially those of them who have come from outside. I hope that you enjoy your stay here. Thank you very much.
Let's clap for this Nancy. Thank you so much. At least please hold on.
Your Excellency, the next President of the Republic of Ghana. Welcome to our country. Thank you very, very much. Enjoy your youth, learn all you can learn, believe you can be anything you want to be, if you work for it, if you strategize towards it, if you discipline yourselves. Thank you very much for having me, and I wish you well in the way forward. Thanks, and God bless.
Please, we have 2 minutes. Thank you.